We begin tonight once again with a severe weather alert while coastal floodwaters have receded and severe winds have temporarily eased. More wind and scattered downpours are expected this evening. Good evening, I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. Temperatures are expected to drop as well. Taking a live look at 195 by the Mass State Line. I'm sorry, that was 95 at Kinsley Avenue. And in this shot, this is the Mass State Line. Not much traffic to speak of at this hour. Transportation crews have been out pre-treating the roads ahead of that cold weather coming in. And if the wind doesn't dry the pavement, those roads could get slick tonight. We have team coverage for you tonight. Sheena Losciuto is standing by with more on the areas hit hard by the flooding. But first, let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Tony Petracca. Just a wild day today, Tony.
Incredible. I mean, 2.5, 3 inches of rain. Of course, the winds, the big story, gusting anywhere from 50 to 65 miles per hour. Astronomical high tide pushing that water up, not just along the south coast, but all the way up to Narragansett Bay as well. Heavy rain has ended. We are just left with kind of sprinkles right now, but that doesn't help the situation with trying to dry out the pavement. And the concern here is that we need to dry the pavement out before we see this rapid drop in temperature, which is only a few hours away. Even though it's well above freezing at 46, this blue line, it's an Arctic cold front. It really means business as far as knocking down the temperature. We're not talking like, oh, it's going to drop a degree or two every hour. In some towns, it's dropping the temperature 10, 15 degrees over a 2-hour period. So a rapid drop in temperature is on the way. Still feel as though most of the roads will dry out, but there'll be still maybe some residual moisture and then maybe some icy spots. Also, when the front comes through this evening, it's going to produce some scattered snow showers as well. So we're well into the 40s, but off to our west in upstate New York and western Connecticut, it is quite cold. Still getting some strong wind gusts, perhaps not as strong as this morning, but gusting 40, 50 miles per hour. High wind warning continues until about 9 o'clock this evening. Even though it's 44 right now, by 7 o'clock this evening, 27 and dropping rapidly. Very windy and frigid with scattered snow showers. And again, maybe, I don't think it's like a widespread skating rink tonight, but there'll be some icy spots, so be mindful of that. Coldest air of the season on the way for Christmas weekend. We'll get a closer look at that coming up in just a bit.
Tony, thank you. And here's another look at the impact from the flooding this morning. This is the Changing Tides gift shop in Warwick's Apponaug neighborhood. They say they had 4 inches of water inside the store. Believe it or not, they managed to clean up that water and they were able to open this afternoon, according to their Facebook page.
Over in Barrington, a large tree comes down on the fence of a home. You can see it spilling across the road there, nearly reaching the neighbor's yard.
And in Warwick, this morning's flooding in Oakland Beach is receding. Trash, seaweed and debris, though, all littered over the parking lots onto the sidewalk and into a nearby park. And let's get a check in South County now. All right.
12 News reporter Sheena Losciuto is live by Narragansett Town Beach. Sheena?
Well, if you're from around here, you know that this area commonly gets hit by these storms. You really feel the storms when they come through. So it's not uncommon to see water go over the wall and into the roads here by the beach. However, even some longtime residents say they were shocked to see the damage when they woke up this morning. The cleanup begins, even as the windy conditions continue. Crews in Narragansett woke up to debris everywhere as waves crashed over the wall, scattering rocks everywhere.
Yeah, up early with the dogs about 7:30. As the waves were coming over, it was high tide. It was a nasty, mean ocean this morning.
Roads by the water were blocked off for a bit in Narragansett as crews managed the aftermath and braced for more. This man visiting from California was one of many walking along the wall Friday to take in the roaring ocean conditions.
Honestly, just, a lot of white water, big waves, just more than what I'm used to, especially for the holiday season.
And in Richmond, a culvert collapsed at the intersection of Dolly Park Road and New London Turnpike, closing the area for at least a few days.
And I can see that it's going to take quite a bit of time to repair.
Newly elected Town Council President Mark Trimmer says he came to look at the damage himself after DPW officials let him know about it.
Probably going to be closed a little longer than a few days because the underpinnings of the road have all washed away.
And it's very interesting to be out here because we've been out here all day, and there were times where it felt like it was over, it was sunny, but then about 2 hours ago, the wind really started to pick up again. Not sure if you can hear it. Some powerful gusts are moving through right now. And just in the last half hour or so, we started noticing crews are salting or treating the roads here as we are expecting those temperatures to drop a bit. For now, reporting live in Narragansett, I'm Sheena Loshudo, 12 News.
And this is what Wellington Avenue in Newport looked like after high tide this morning. The water spilling over from the ocean onto the Ave there. A viewer sent us these photos taken at 7:45 a.m. You can see the water made it all the way to the sidewalk, touching the front steps of a home.
The ocean was rocking down in Charlestown today. Some erosion damaged the Charlestown town beach. The strong winds helping to drive the water up the beach, the water a couple of feet from nearby roads. Our Alexandra Leslie caught up with a wave watcher on the beach this afternoon.
And you said to me earlier, this is calm to you?
Well, the waves are smaller than they were today. I mean, they came all the way up over the beach earlier today.
When was the last time you saw something like this? This is pretty extreme.
I don't know about the wind, but we've had storms that come way up on the beach in the wintertime. And I guess it's more often now. Last few years we've had just about every year we have one.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
You could almost take a boat down the street at times there in Charlestown, and that's exactly what happened in Warren. You got to check this out right here. A couple of guys went down Redmond Street in a boat this morning. This photo was posted on Facebook by Perfectly Polished Nail Boutique.
When you live in Rhode Island, I guess you just do what you got to do.